I recently realized that I'm helplessly attracted to power. I've kept in touch with a bisexual guy from Taiwan I met while he was here for a business trip, and a few days ago he revealed that he had lied about being a marketing consultant. He was actually a well-known TV personality in Taiwan. I was shocked. I watched a few clips of him analyzing current events, and I have to say, it turned me on. A lot. I already liked him because he was smart, how to Zen in conversations, and had answers to a lot of my questions. But when I saw him in his element wielding influence, I was helplessly drawn to his intellect, his quick wit, his power. Which reminded me, I also had previously gone on a date with a politician a few years ago, and it was this same kind of gravity I experienced, being somewhat starstruck by a famous person. Today, I'm going to tell you about my date with this politician and then discuss my newfound realization of my attraction to power. First, to set the scene, I had been on and off with my ex, and at that time we were off, so I was swiping on Tinder. I came across a handsome, mature man who only had 2 poorly cropped photos and sparse information about himself. Usually this meant one of 2 things. Either he was bad at making a profile, or he was someone wealthy or well-known trying to stay low-key. I took my chances and swiped right. A match! We immediately started messaging, and he was quite friendly. Eventually, he persuaded me to grab a drink that very night. I checked out his Instagram, and lo and behold, he was a congressman! He happened to be in town for a few meetings. I watched a few clips of his speeches on YouTube, and he didn't seem that impressive of a speaker. But I soon learned that he was probably just nervous because in person, he was very articulate. At the lounge, we had a delightful discussion on life experiences, our jobs, and politics. I was very curious about what it was like being a gay politician, but also about just being a politician. He was very patient in answering my questions, and time flew by. Before I knew it, I found myself sitting next to him on the couch with his hand on my thigh as we laughed about the follies of past relationships. He was definitely a people person, and he knew how to woo a guy. A few hours passed and we were making out in his hotel room with things getting steamy. He had to leave early next morning, so I didn't stay long. But what rubbed me the wrong way was that he didn't walk me out of his room. It's probably a small detail, but for me, if a person goes over to a guy's place for the first time, even if it's a hotel room, it's common courtesy for the guy to walk him out. Of course, if the guy ignores this courtesy, he is either lazy, not very courteous, or just didn't like the person enough. In this case, maybe it was a mix of all those reasons, who knows. The next day, we exchanged a few positive texts, and that was the last of him. To be honest, I felt kind of used from this experience, and I sometimes wonder if he would have continued to keep in touch with me if I never went to that hotel room. Either way, it was a learning experience, and I've healed from it. The point I really want to make is that I have this natural attraction to power. But is this attraction really rational? In some ways, it blinds me from actually evaluating a person for who they are. Should the power they hold really give them that much of a boost in my perception of them? Sure, the fact that they are successful could be a reflection of their hard work and talents. But I should like them for exactly that, their hard work and talents, and not for the power that comes from it. It's nice to bask in the possibility of being associated with a celebrity, but at the end of the day, I realize that I need to manage my starstruck excitement. While I do gravitate toward being paired with someone of influence and importance, I shouldn't forget to stay level-headed and get to know them for who they really are as a person. But what about you? Any thoughts on my reflections? Have you ever gone on a date with a famous or powerful person? If so, what was your experience like? Let me know in the comments below. And lastly, it would mean so much to me if you'd like this video and subscribe to my channel. Have a great day!